The Operation Clean Your Frontage policy by the government makes it mandatory for individuals and corporate entities to be responsible for the cleanliness and greening of their immediate surroundings. The program was rolled out in February this year, where several unlawful structures were demolished and traders along the streets of the Central Business District in Accra were evicted. The move ensured the free flow of traffic in the area. As part of sustainability measures, about 1,000 members of the City Response Team Taskforce have obtained a 4-week military training to enforce the sanitation bylaws. With their deployment, persons who engage in indiscriminate disposal of waste could be arrested and prosecuted. Speaking at the passing out ceremony of the team, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey charged them to deal with street vending and unlawful parking in the city.
Well, we have passed a number of bylaws, the existing ones, and also the traffic indisciplines in the region. So they are to support the security and intelligence agencies by way of enforcing the bylaws and also to curb the indiscipline in the region. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, we will parade them in the strategic areas, the CBD, for all to see that indeed they are ready and poised for work. We'll give them about a day or two to rest, and hopefully by the 1st or 2nd of May, they will be deployed in all the strategic areas in the CBD. So our message to traders and motorists is that the City Response Team are back, they are ready, and they will be deployed on the streets. Please work with us, comply with them. Don't sell on the streets. We are not saying that you shouldn't earn this living, but just sell on the pavements, move off the streets. Truck drivers who will be parking at unauthorized areas, they will be clamped and taken to court. And I pray that nobody will call me, because now we have men and women able enough trained to do their work and serve Mother Ghana.
He also cautioned members of the task force against any acts that flout their code of conduct.
I know the task ahead of you is enormous, but I want to assure you that we will continue to support you by providing you with the needed resources and logistics. Having said this, let me use the opportunity to send a strong caution to any one of you who uses opportunity to take the law into his or her own hands to go outside your scope of work. You will not be spared. Let me repeat. You will not be spared. You must be guided by your code of conduct and the bylaws and the discharge of your duties, and do not arrogate to yourselves any power that has not been vested in you.
Speaking at the ceremony as the guest of honor, the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry urged the team to, among other responsibilities, enforce a directive by the Greater Accra Regional Minister banning the use of tricycles, also known as aboboya, on the major highways and principal streets.
The City Response Team is expected to enforce traffic regulations with regard to the ban of motorized tricycle, aboboya, on principal streets, and receive calls on complaints and reports from the public to be directed to the appropriate quarters. The team will also enforce the cleaning and greening of the frontage of the buildings bylaws under the Operation Clean Your Frontage campaign. Sensitize people on the need to change their attitude and adapt practices to keep the environment clean.
The occasion was graced by the Greater Accra Parliamentary Caucus, respective regional ministers, members of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defence and Interior, Environment, Science and Technology, Local Government, members of the Ghana Traditional Council, MMDCs in Accra, Assembly members and presiding members, as well as the clergy.
With the successful passing out of these members of the City Response Team Task Force, they are going to be deployed to the CBD and other key areas of the city to ensure that persons who dump refuse indiscriminately are arrested and prosecuted to ensure a clean society. Reporting from Burma Camp in Accra, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okaina for City News.